Here we are. Sorry about that, guys. I'm chatting away. I'm doing a great presentation. I'm thinking you guys are going to be loving the chat that's coming out of my mouth right now. But it should be working now. It should be absolutely fine. Can you all hear me well now then? So first of all, I did say before, Paul Power, you're the first one in the chat today. I've got a magazine here. I'll put that away. Well, put this one out here. Welcome to the chat. Ginger Tic Tac. Hi, howdy. How are you? I hope you're okay. Then we got the Irish Train Guy. Hellos, everyone. Ginger Tic Tac. Do you think more will come? Well, I hope so. Maybe we'll have a few, but if we only have 2 or 3 of us, it's going to be great anyway, isn't it? Then we got Oliver the Train Guy. Hello, Oliver. I see by your emoji kind of icon thing there, you enjoy Thomas the Tank Engine. And I have a story in store for us later. Once we've built the van, we'll be reading this lovely, lovely story that we have here. And then I've read people saying we can't hear you, which you couldn't. You couldn't hear me at all. Hi, Rob Arnold. Hi, Paul Bottrell. Yeah, so we should be good. It's Timber Surf. Can anyone lip read and transcribe? Well, you're not going to need to, because I believe you can hear me. So we should be absolutely fine. Who else do we have in? Mick Lowe. Hello. First time here? Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself. Today we're going to build up this Parkside Models, which is by Pico, their kits, which is PC85, and I'm going to be asked that a number of times. What are you building? And so maybe I need to put a comment up on the screen, or I can just tell people every time what we are building. Who knows? Start again. That's right, Timber Surf, and in which I did Hillside Junction. Hello, how are you doing? So it's 5x5 now, so we're good. And yeah, Zach Smith. Hi, Zach. Zach is one of my friends through my RC car racing. Great guy. Hopefully you'll pick up some modelling tips tonight. I'm going to be putting this kit together, and I've already noticed a really good thing in here. When I've been building these Parkside kits, I've been finding that there's sometimes a little bit lacking. So like to hold on your couplings, but in here, there's some coupling bits which will help put a NEM socket on. This is a small van. If you look at the picture, that'll be upside down there. You'll see it looks a little bit different to a normal van. The lower chassis looks very similar, but on the side we've got wires that come down the side there. And do I have to bend them to shape? Well, that kind of sounds scary, so we'll find out. Are they pre-bent? I'd be surprised if they were. So it'd be interesting if we can achieve what we need to do there. It should be a relatively easy kit, but we'll find out. Oliver the Train Guy. That's my favourite book of the Railway series. Well, last week we read this book out, and we read the first story, and we're going to read the second story. So the first story was Percy Takes the Plunge, and that's where he goes burying himself into the sea, because he's a little monkey, and he got the wagons all involved. Next thing you know, he's in the water. So the one we're going to be reading tonight is Gordon Goes Foreign. And I'll do my best, and I'll say I will do my best. I will do my best to read this to you in the best possible way that sounds good and in a way nostalgic. Nostalgic might not be covered, but I'll try my best anyway. Barry Turner, hi Tris, and all in chats, unless I've already said your name. Anfield Road, Layout the Loft. Hi Lee, how are you doing? Looks a nice kit, yes, and I'm hoping it will be. And then Dylan Shepherd, My Model Railway. Evening, everybody. Hello, Dylan. Timber Surf. Tim's Trains and Modding Ventures. I'm guessing no Super will be involved in this build. There's Tim's Trains coming. Hi, Tim. Rob Arnold. Again, hi. And everyone's saying hi to each other. Hey, Tim's Trains and Modding Ventures. Laugh out loud, Timbers. How are you, Tim? Long time no chat. Right, what we do, we're 6 minutes in. The first 30 seconds of me actually talking, you couldn't hear me. So let's crack on with it. Hello, Rachel. From Mini Wistaston. I always struggle with that name. Junction, the Angel of Crow. Right, we're going to open this up. We're going to start building it. One thing that you can't see, but in the corners of this mat, I've put some post-it notes, all right? And they mean that as long as I'm doing something in there, you can see what I'm doing. Hello, Paul Power. Howdy. Can't wait for my bedtime story. Well, it's only 7:30, so you hang on. So we get this out of the packet very carefully. I like to keep a note of keeping these, because I want to know what it is. Because once you've put it together and it's on the layout, someone would say to me, oh, which one's that one? I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then you'd have to look for a picture for it that looks similar. Gareth rates. Hi, how are you doing? So I've got a few of my patrons in tonight, which is wonderful. Channel members. So nice to see you all. Also, I'll show you dare say an exclusive tonight. I say exclusive because it's something that you haven't seen before and that I've been working on for a little while. Still not right. I need to tweak it and adjust it and make it nicer. But I'll go through that in about half an hour. It's a little 3D printed project that I might be selling. So yeah, that's that. So we'll get this wonderful kit out. And what do we have in here? First of all, the most important bit is the instructions. We'll get them open. And it's more than one page, which is worrying for me, which means that I'll probably get something wrong. So we've got a Bible, okay, to read. Only a small one. A lot of reading to do, so it might be a couple of hours long tonight, guys, with all this reading. I'm a slow reader. And then we've got like a reference bit. So this is better than some of the other ones that we've had. So on my other ones, it's not this helpful. It doesn't tell you what each number is, always. And it doesn't show you this much detail on where things go. So I think thumbs up for them. They've really improved on this one from what I've had before. So if you guys say anything or ask any questions, I apologise. If I miss something, just ask it again. You know, go for it. Just say, Tris, you didn't answer my question. I'd like you to answer. Hi, Oswestry Road, TMD. Hi, Tris, found this finally. Hope you're well. Well, I'm sorry if you were struggling to find me, but I'm here. 7:30. I did write GMT +1. Someone was kind enough to say, you do realise we're on just GMT now. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I'll put this diagram out of the way so you can't see it, but I can. And that's going to be sitting here. For those that have just dropped in, we're going to be making this tonight, right? It's a 6-ton goods insulated van, Mika B X7. That's PC85, it says there, and it's by Pico, but it's originally Parkside Models kits. So they're selling on. So that's our instructions there, and we'll read through them together, and hopefully I'll put it together properly. But they're pretty straightforward, these things. But saying that, the wire that I have to bend that goes around the edge, it looks quite intricate on the picture, and yet I've got this little bit of brass here, though I do have spare bits of wire that I can use if I absolutely ruin this. So that's that bit of wire there. Put that to the side. It's already pre-warped. Then I've got a little stick of, is it square or is it round? It's a round little stick there. Wonder what that's for. It's actually quite a lot for a small van. What's here? Then we've got our metal wheels and then the brass bushings, the brass bearings, I mean. So with the brass bearings, if you don't already know, it just means that the chassis, well, the wheels, once they're inside the chassis, frames, will run more free. Which is wonderful. Metal wheels with the brass bearings, it's going to be good. So actually I'll get them out and put them over to the side, ready for when we actually have to use them. I've got a little tray down here, so I'll use that and I'll drop it in place, ready for when we need it. Digger Evans, Model Railway. Hi again, David Cook. Have you been saying hi lots of times, have you? So David Cook, you're in too. Hi. Who have I missed? Have I missed anyone? Mark Hemmel down. Wonderful. So I've got a few people in today that are my wonderful is it the moderators? Moderators. Look, so this looks like it's going to be painted white, and the beautiful thing about this is I get to have some red decals on the side. Transfers, decals, what do we want to call them? So I'm looking forward to having that, because I've not got any white vans, which means I might have to get some more of these because there's 2 lots of part numbers. So I'll pop over to Tony's Trains, pick up another one of these, I think. I'll put that out of the way, we're not going to need that for now. Then we've got our chassis side. Another chassis side there. They're looking pretty nice. Nice moulding, so that's a detail. It feels like is it possibly a more modern moulding, but you've got nice little rivet details inside here. So I'm happy with that. That's looking smart. Oh, Digger Evans is on it with the old replies. So that's cool. Then we've got our roof. And that's got the bottom plate attached to it as well. So we're going to have to trim these out shortly. Then we've got like these little accessory type bits. And there's pictures of where they go apparently. So we'll be adding them on later. And then there's another one. Put that to the side. Put that out of the way. Then we've got our sides here. Again, that's in white, which is wonderful. It gives you an indicator of what it needs to be. So I will be doing that. It'd be interesting what colour white I need to paint it. If there's something recommended in the manual, there's another one there. We've got our chassis sides there. Then there's the extra bits that go underneath. We've got like the brake bits and the hook and other little pieces that go with that. So that's great, and that can go on the side again. And then one of the most wonderful things that come with this is these. And this little black sprue has the NEM triangles that sit in here. And normally I need to buy them separately. I have these packs. I'll just grab one. I normally buy these packs, and you get 10 blocks in a pack, which is 5 wagons. And yeah, you have to purchase them. And I've had to use them on some of the other Parkside models. But this one actually comes with it, which is wonderful. So maybe they're updating their packets as they go, and they're understanding obviously the market is requiring these lovely little triangles, which is great. Pop them in there. So now my plan of attack is to get them off the sprues. I'm going to de-sprue everything, and we're going to clean it up with a file. So then assembly is just goes together. My cat's just joined me. Hopefully he doesn't cause too much trouble. So what we do is I'm going to snip off. Well, not snip off. I could use side cutters, but I find with side cutters sometimes I end up mashing up the stuff that I want. And we're not going to be doing that today. What are we saying on here? So if you looked at the price, £12.25. So imagine you bought a Bachmann van. I guess that's like £18-20 now. So, and you can't even buy this. So it's not like you can buy this pre-built. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rock with my scalpel blade. It's reasonably fresh. I did it on the last build that we did. And I'm just going to rock that down now. Do you want to see my cat? He's come to visit me. This is Groot. You alright, Groot? So we're going to get down now. He normally comes up here when he shouldn't do. So he's a little monkey. Now he's going. Right. He likes to cause trouble from time to time, and he decides that some of my model railway items are fantastic toys to either chew or to put underneath underneath a cupboard or something, so I'm never going to find it. So, good lad. So, but there's no spiders in the house at the moment, which is great. His brother Rocket is also just as much trouble. I like the Avengers, you see. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, you have Rocket and Groot. Hello, cat, says Ginger Tic Tac. Parkside have come a long way. Kits used to come with no couplings and plastic wheels. These days they are very complete, apart from the coupling of your choice. Imagine it came with KDs, the money they would have to invest. So yeah, it's one thing that I like doing now is building up these little kits. Peaceful. They have to make you think a little bit, because it's not always straightforward, even though you'll be watching thinking, yeah, I could do that without any instructions. And yeah, you probably can. But something might not be right. But, there's a lot of common sense that goes with these things. But at the same time, you might be thinking, well, where does that bit go? That's one chassis side done. We'll do the other, and then we'll snip out all the brake bits. The brakes bits look bespoke to this kit, because on here, you can see the brakes are on here. So I'm guessing we're not using that one at all. We're using these ones. My cats are always in the shed. Yeah, mine at the moment I try and keep on the floor, but they keep jumping up to join me. But my room's only small, so it's not like they can they got much room to go once they're up here. They normally go and knock something over that's quite important, or something that probably shouldn't be up there. I'm just keeping too much junk kicking around. Right, that's that. We'll just clean these up. So what I do is I go flush. There we go. Is anyone modelling tonight whilst they're watching this? They are Bell Oswestry Road. They've got big and heavy. They're not overweight. It's just they've turned into cats. Whereas before they were kittens and really cute and tiny. Whereas now they've just got big and they eat food all the time. And they like to go to the toilet a lot. So then I have to clear up after them. And when I'm clearing up after them, they then go to the toilet again because it's all fresh. Just like, little monkeys. They're either little monkeys or little sausages, based on if they're being good or bad. So that's it, another chassis side done. We'll cut out this brake assembly here. Let's have a look at it. Always look at like the details, just in case, when you cut it off, that you might end up cutting it. So well, you ruin it. So just take your time working out, well, is that where the cut line is? And if it looks like you're about to bust it because everything else is attached, move your way around, because on that bit it looked like it was deforming it slightly. So I work my way around. So I just cut off bits, and then when you get there, this should be free. There's one in the middle there. So I just do this little wiggle, and that comes off. And we chuck that sprue in the bin. It's always a shame. I'm sure there's something we could do with the sprues. Maybe we could send them back to Pico and get some money back for being a good recycler, so they can melt it down and use it again. Right, so that's one brake assembly. That goes with that. Kevin 2006, howdy. I must say to you all, I apologise for my last video. I've had I think 3 or 4 people complain because it was too noisy on the first 10 minutes. And I always wonder, you know, because a bit louder music makes it a bit more fun. And I had one gentleman in particular sent me quite a stern comment on the noise, or so-called music, and that what are the youth doing these days? You know, what do they think is nice? I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was just kind of like, oh okay. So any of you that had your ears kind of bleeding listening to the noise that was on the last video that came out, do apologise. I do enjoy putting the music on, makes it more fun for me. Hello, Simon Reeves, my channel member. Got a green writing next to your name, sir. The Ginger Tic Tac. It's okay. I take it your ears are okay in the end too. But you can't please everyone, can you? You only put kind of like 5 or 6 hours into trying to produce a nice video for someone to watch. For the only comment to get back for them after watching all your hard work is, and the music was too loud. You're like, all right, steady on. I'll try and make it quieter next time. So hopefully you're all okay. You're still here watching, which is good. There's 47 of you in here, so I still have 47 people that like the channel. But anyway, so that's the other brake bit there. Whilst you're all in here watching, I'm going to show you what I've been up to, and it's something that I'm kind of proud of. And it's basically like a baby prairie. If you have a little look, it's for the 040 chassis. And what I've done is I've made cylinder covers that go over the cylinders that come with it. And so it covers them up, and it's got that Great Western cylinder look, which is kind of cool. I really like it anyway. You've got loads of rivet detail all over the boiler. Part of the print is you get the handrails, which is fantastic. I didn't get the print right for the... I always like to call it a clock face, but the smoke box door handles. The other bit that I messed up on is you can't lift up the coupling, so I need to shift all that level back, shift this level back as well, because it's the same problem there. But the rest of it looks absolutely great. You've got the pipe that comes from the cylinder, which goes up into the smoke box. Nice big smoke box. Oh, well, the chimney. Then we've got the safety valves there. I've gone for the kind of the BR standard kind of look there. The little whistles there, small dome, but no, it's kind of coming out really nicely, and this is how it would come. Of course, that bit would be finished properly. You'd get the cylinders on the side, but it's something I'm looking at doing. Like even the vacuum pipes printed on there. You can see all the rivet detail at the back there, and it looks pretty smart. So it will be a thing that I sell on eBay eventually. I've wanted to do something, but I thought this would be the start of the range. But it needs to be right, so I need to finish the front first and the rear, so then the couplings work. Apart from that, it should be alright. So I'll probably do a video on it and paint it up in Great Western Green and do that, and then pop it on eBay and see if you guys want it. Yeah, Kevin, it is working. I need to do an update video and talk about it, but my my screen went, which was a nightmare. And the problem with the screen going is obviously it was printing basically a slab, a tile of this solid resin, because it just letting all the light through. I ended up ordering a screen. Then all I got was the screen and a cable. I needed 2 cables and the adapter plate. The adapter plate came, but the problem was that you need both cables. So I got hold of them. They got back to me, but they weren't fast in regards to just dealing with it and getting on with it. They're like, oh, can you send us a picture? And I'm like, well, I can't send you a picture of something I don't have. You know, that the issue is you've left something out of my order, so can you send it, please? I tried to be polite as possible, but it was quite difficult because I just wanted my printer to work. I bought that thing for like 600 quid. In about 6 months later or 8 months later or whatever it is, I might have had it for a year. It doesn't work anymore. So eventually I got my new cable, which came with another screen because I guess they couldn't be bothered just to send me a cable. So I have 2 screens now, which is absolutely stunning because it's like £114 per screen. But only meant to last 2,000 hours, and 2,000 hours goes by quickly. For an example, if I want to make these bodies take about 7.5 hours to print. If I want to do it at a good kind of, good quality, I think. If you times that by 2,000 hours, divide that by 7.5, that's only 266 bodies, but that's 266 prints at 7 hours. You can actually get through that really, really quickly. So Ginger Tic Tac, you said, I will buy it. Well, when it comes out, I'll let you guys know. And basically, it's just money to go towards the channel and kind of grow what I'm doing, really. Encourage me to do more 3D drawing and do some locos, have some fun, and bring you guys some, I don't know, some fun to go with what you're doing. Right, that's the bottom plate. 2 screens, and that's the silver lining. Yeah, I know. Absolutely chuffed to bits with that. I couldn't believe it when it came. But I talk about it on the video. They'll probably find it, go, we want that screen back. Going, no! I was joking. Yeah, but no, I got 2 screens. So, anyway, what's everyone up to tonight? Are you doing any working on your railways? Are you just watching me? Phil, Railway Ranimal. Hi, Tris. No one forced him to watch. That's true. That guy, yeah, I just don't get it sometimes. Like, if I watch something and someone's put loads of work in, they clearly have spent ages working on adding B-rolls to everything. They've cut it nicely. They've put in other footage. They've spent an absolute fortune of time putting into it. And then they decide, do you know what, all I'm going to say is I'm going to moan about their music. But fine. Fine, but actually, just keep it to yourself, because all you're going to do is not get more videos out of me. It just, it knocks people's confidence, that kind of stuff. And it's not very nice. But it didn't knock my confidence. I just thought, fine, and I sent them a really nice, polite answer. And that was that. Some other people complained as well, but I just thought, oh well. Oh well. This is one of those things. But I've got lots of nice comments as well. If any of you are the people that write the nice comments, thank you very much. I always appreciate them. They always give me a bit of a boost. Not an ego boost, but that boost to kind of, let's do more videos. Because you have no idea, or maybe you do have an idea, how it feels lethargic. The whole process of, yay, let's edit the video that I've just got 4 hours of footage on. Because you now got to go through 4 hours of footage and pick out what you want. And I try and be quick with it, but it doesn't always work out that way. Let's take off some of this flash here. Hopefully it's not a bit of detail I should keep, but we'll find out afterwards. Generally when you find out when you've trimmed something off that was actually a feature, and you're like, oh no, I needed that bit, and then it's a nightmare. Just watching you. You're watching me, are you? Well, I appreciate you watching. I'll try and be on best behaviour so it's not a waste of your time. So I'm just deflashing at the moment. For any of you wondering what flashing is, it's basically when the mould goes together. You have 2 halves, let's say. Sometimes it might be a 4-draw one, whatever. But your part goes together. You have a shape inside it. And sometimes those shapes may have a gap in between where it goes together. So there's your shape that's in there, but then you've got a little gap just at the end of where the shape finishes, and the plastic can go down there, and that comes from either too much pressure from the plastic injection molding, there's an actual just gap, or the clamping pressure is too low, or something like that. There's lots of different reasons why these things go wrong, but I work for an RC car company, and we have to deal with flashing on our molded parts for the cars, and there's lots of little reasons why things mold nicely and mold poorly, and they're just some of them. So flashing kind of naturally happens as well over time. Things get worn out, they're not as flat as they used to be, but that can be fixed, but it's at an expense, and tool makers in the UK are not cheap because they are fantastic at what they do, and quite rightly they charge lots of money. So I was programming, but then got sidetracked by the stream. Well, what were you programming? I take it locos, or you're going to program in computers, or something really cool and something that I wouldn't understand, or was it your TV's run out of its channels and you've just put it on programming mode, Simon? Right. Anyone watching the stream tomorrow? The day after that? Hi. I want to make you feel included. So thank you for coming in. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that supports the channel, everyone that says nice comments on these subscriber bits, and also my patrons and my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. It gives me that extra bit of motivation and justification sometimes, because I get a little bit of dollar from these kind people. And when I'm thinking, should I buy that or not, and do a video on it, sometimes that's the bit thinking, well, they've given me some money this month, I'll spend it on that. And that's what I like to do. Or sometimes it's like I've just got myself a new camera, and so the money's gone towards that, which is cool. I'm programming a scheduling system in C. Oh, okay, cool. I thought flashing was that strange people in the parks did. Oh, I see. Ostrich Road. Going to the Midlands to see my friends, so I will be packing tonight. Thinking of visiting Cheltenham tomorrow. Awesome. Well, thanks, Dylan. You enjoy seeing them. Fantastic. So, yeah. Cool. Right, well, we've done that bit. We've just got one more bit to cut out here. And then we've got a few small bits, but I'll get them out as we do them. I'm not going to do them before, because it's so diddy. I don't want to lose them. We don't lose our diddy bits, do we? Right, so we just trim off the last bits of flashing here. I feel like I can start building up the kit slightly, but we'll have to read the instructions. I'll read them to you. We'll have a drink first, because I'm thirsty. Thank you, Gareth. Gareth's one of my patrons. Thank you very much. So what are you manufacturing? Are you doing work in your evening, Simon? You should be chilling out. Right, just clean that under here. Trying to break it. Right. On the instructions, which there are many words, so there's a good chance I'll miss some. Excuse me. It says clean off the round ejector marks on the back of the buffer beams. Okay. So there's some injector marks here. Ejector marks. We're going to cut these off. I'm guessing that's important. That's good. And let's get the other one here. I'm kind of like roll the knife forwards, it just slices off beautifully. Always cut away from yourself unless you like harming yourself, which isn't necessarily a very good thing, so don't do that. Alan Reynolds, hello. Hi Tris, what are you making this time? Regards, Alan. Hi Alan. This is a Pico Parkside Models PC 85 6-ton goods insulated van Mika B X7. It's a Great Western Railway one, and it's quite cool because it'll be painted white and have red transfers on it, which will look brilliant. Something that I'm really looking forward to fitting, because it looks smart. Don't observe, what is it? Everyone's preferences for cutting parts of a sprue, sharp knife or flush cutters? I see. So I like to go for a sharp knife. My main reason is because, well, I find when I use the side cutters, I mush up the sprue a little bit. So yeah. Sorry, I'm yawning. So Timber Surf asked that question. Come on, guys. When you're building up a kit, what do you prefer to use? Side cutters or scalpel blade, or do you just use what you have to hand? So you can write whilst I'm reading this. So it says clean off those injector marks, blah, blah, blah. So it says assemble sides 1, which is one of these. And ends 2. So that's this and this. And that's that. To the floor, which is this one. Alright, nice and easy, the beginning bit. The floor is number 4. Double check. Yeah, so we are good. And it says the floor rests on the top of the back. Okay, the floor rests on top of the back of the buffer beams. So we've got this little ledge here, so we're going to glue it on there. Cement the roof into place. I never put the roof on until the very end, unless the whole thing's going to be white. Who knows? Painting. Body white, roof allegedly white, more likely light grey. So yeah, I'll do that afterwards because I can spray that afterwards. But we'll see. It might be that I need to put it on as part of that wire that goes around it. Maybe I do fit it. Excuse me, I yawned. Tired tonight, clearly. So, I've always used a knife, says Rob. Mason Williams, hi. Bit of a strange question, but what do you say to someone who has just come out of a long relationship and lost all the motivation for modelling and everything in general? I'd say have a couple of good nights sleep, go see trains at a steam railway, and then you get back on it. You've just got to be around the right people and the right things. So let's do a bit of gluing here. So I'm gonna do up to this stage. So it says the floor rests on the back of the buffer beam, cement the roof into place, add the ventilator covers, which is 3 at each end under the roof. The locating bars on the backs of these fit inside the extensions at the top of the sides. I do not know why I'm yawning so much. I think I'm tired. I went to Florida. Came back not yesterday, day before, suffering a little weeny bit of jet lag. Now we've got our Humbrol liquid poly. I'll be using a little paintbrush to be applying the glue. So we're coming here. What I do is I'll run some down this edge that isn't flat. Let's get rid of the edge first. Yeah, okay, right. Let's try that again. So put that there. And then we're going to stick it on here. Time for bed, said Zebedee. Okay, so trying to get it square. I always do it by eye. If you really want to, you could use the grid that you have on one of these mats and have a little look. Or you can use an actual square block. But with this, it's nice. So I can see it's good. And that's that. And if it's still not sitting square when it's dried, you could actually put some more glue back on it and it kind of goes fine. Hi Chiz, do you remember me and I asked about the 28XX? Please remind me, Mason, your question. I'm missing all sorts of things. I've never been into this type of video, but this one has really drawn me in. What, like this stream? Well, I think if you engage with the people that are watching, then hopefully they'll feel engaged back. The reason I do this is because it's enjoyable. I wouldn't really do it any otherwise. I know I've got an advert at the beginning, but that kind of pays towards like this little kit. You know, it makes it more affordable. So if I start doing kits all the time, then yeah, it's all doable. That was fun, interesting, because I used to find it annoying when adverts would come up at the beginning of a video, but it's like, now I get it. The person is putting so much effort into the video to try and make it nice for you, and so it just kind of puts a little bit back in their pocket after all the time they've put in, because you sacrifice quite a lot in your evenings doing all this. So only us oldies will get Zebedee joke. Okay, I'll have to do a Google research on that one. Simon, why has my name highlighted in red? I can't see it in red, Phil. It looks the normal, like, bluey colour. Hi Tris, I would really like to meet you. Or maybe at a Model Railway show that I will be around and you can come say hi. Well, this side bit looks like it hooks on really, really nicely here. It's got this little ledge here. It picks up on the edges. So what we do is we'll run a little bit of glue. And what I like is when you add a bit of glue down the side, and even if it's not enough, it's enough to kind of tack it, you can come back in afterwards and add a little bit more, which is absolutely fine because it's so runny. Just drops in. So I just drop that in here. And I'm going to be putting some where it connects up to the chassis. We'll put some there as well. How are we doing? We've got 57 people in the chat. Hi, 57 people. Hope you're okay. Hope you're enjoying yourself. If you guys fancy it, I'm just throwing it out there. Join in on the chat. Just say hey. Or leave me a comment and say, look, the music's too loud. And I'll say, all right, sorry about that. But there shouldn't be any music. Right, we've got to the other side here. I'm just going to drop a little bit of glue in here. Like if you're building an Airfix kit or whatever, using a paintbrush. I was advised by actually someone, this is a wonderful thing about the comments that I get is people say, try a paintbrush. Fine. Because this nozzle, this brush on the end, it's like just so big and it carries so much glue. Next thing you know, everything's got glued together. And yeah, I know it needs to be glued together, but it's like welding into areas where there's details and they're getting melted up, which is not good, or melted down, so to speak. So with a little paintbrush, you can do that. And as the person commented at the time, I always forget names. I should make more notes on things. If the tip goes hard, all you have to do is put it back in the glue again. It softens off. It's like wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what I do now is I drop that back on here. That will sit here. And there we are. Alright. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. That's now together. Should be relatively square. I just hold it together here. And I'm going to put a little bit more glue just in this corner here. Just to make sure it's welded together. Because that's what's happening here. We're melting the plastic and it's welding the two bits together at the time. So we put a little bit of pressure on and we just hold it. And I'll have a read. SHGP Media. Evening, recently discovered your channel and have been watching some of your upgrading videos. I'm looking to go into it some more with some of the pre-owned logos I recently picked up. Yes, one thing that you don't have to do is spend loads of money on all the brand new logos if you don't want to. There's a lot of second-hand ones out there and probably best to pick them up at a model railway show because some of the stuff on eBay is extortionate. So I've been enjoying picking up bits and then just spending a bit of time just kind of making them nicer. And actually you make the engine your own. You know, it's not a scenario where you've just bought it, yeah, it looks absolutely amazing, but you kind of had nothing to do with that process. Whereas when you like building one of these kits and you end up painting it, putting all the bits on it and off you go, it's very satisfying. And so this is like £12-13, right? And at some shops it might be cheaper. And you think, oh, that's a lot of money. Well, no, it's not. It's for the amount of enjoyment you get. It's like a cinema ticket is, yeah, a little bit less. And by the time you've seen the movie, yep, you saw the movie, great. You can't do much more with it after that. You know, well, the ticket you could burn it, maybe, you know, put it into recycling. But with these kits, you know, that you've done that yourself. eBay is ridiculous. Unless you're selling one of your own locos, then you make loads of money. Double O Gauge Adventures. I finally made one in a while. Hi, everyone. Hi. Who likes the Clan class or the BR6 MT? I think it looks nice. Yeah, looks good. I'm going to stick in a weight. I've got some little car wheel weights. These are some that are left over from kind of my RC car bits. I'm going to put 15 grams in. And we're going to drop it in. And that will get a bit of weight into the keeping those wheels on the ground. There it is. And that sticks on there. And then we're going to stick on the roof. Kevin, you need to go. Oh, Kevin, what are you doing? You going to come back? Right, let's go and put this roof on. I can run this up here. And then we'll see if it benefits me. Opening it down the sides, I'm not exactly sure. we can always add some in afterwards. Right, there we are. I would go to the model shop, and he sells coaches for £2. Well, where is this, Mason? Because I would like some of these coaches for £2. I take it's not a picture of a coach, it's an actual coach. Because £2, whatever it is an absolute bargain. Because you can probably fix it up as well, especially if it's one that doesn't look so nice. Thank you, Kevin. Will you take care? Hey, Rachel. Hi, Tris. Question from the last time. What RC cars do you do? I design off-road buggies. I actually have none behind me. But if you look up Schumacher Racing, or Schumacher, and you look up a LD2 or a Cat L1 Evo, or a Schumacher, it's a Storm ST, that's the cars that I basically designed. And we go and race them, and it's a lot of fun, you know, absolutely loads of fun. I'm going to see if I can find a link to something to do with it, but I'll find the company website, and if you get bored, have a little look. You'll see basically I look after the off-road products within the company. I'm just going to click on here. I'm going to put a little link in here, alright? So if you look on there and click on it, and you look up the LD2 or the Cat or the Storm, they're the cars that I'm responsible for, and you might see some videos attached to all of that when you're on there. Right, we've got the lid on now, we've got a bit of weight inside. What we do need to do is add these ventilator ends on, which give it a completely different look, which is nice. And they're at a cool little angle, so if you have a look here, or if I can hold on to it, see it tapers out at the bottom, right? So we're going to stick them in place. Just going to make sure they sit nicely though. Okay. A little bit of flash kind of stopping that sitting as nice as it could be. Just clean that up. We check the other side as well. Make sure that's good. There we are. I used to race the MO3. I had a Mini in here, but it's not in here at the moment. Oh, that's fantastic. Right, FGs, you go race 1/5 scale. Right, that fits maybe a tiny bit better. Is there flash on the top of this? I don't know. Let's clean the top of this off. They only do LMS coaches. I would like to see some Great Western coaches filling in gaps. The Hornby left. Yeah, Great Western Railway gets looked after a bit, but it'd be nice to have a bit more, wouldn't it? That's where these kits come in. It allows you to, well, invest in your Great Western rolling stock. Right, so that's that. And I put a little bit on the roof. Right. Come on. There we are. Pop that in place. There we are. Look at that. And you can even see the gap there underneath. Tris, it is in North Wales. Well, that's slightly far away. We'll just put a little bit of extra glue to kind of seal it up onto the roof. Right, so that's that one. Let that dry for a moment, then we flip it over. Yeah, I guess I could put more in, David. I guess I'll learn a bit more about it. I've got 15 in there at the moment. SHGP Media. Our guys picked up some non-runners from Trains for You in Peterborough. for a few quid. After a quick service, clean up, they run again. Bargain. Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. I'll just clean this up again. Right, this kit is the PC85 6-ton goods insulated van, Great Western Railway Mika B X7 by Pico. It's the Parkside Models one from their range. Now we'll just glue this other one on. This one seems to fit a bit nicer. We'll just poke that up there. Right, a bit of glue, and we should be good. So some there. I'll just touch up into there. And here we go. We've got 62 in chat. Hello all 62 people. Don't be afraid to come and chat or hit the like button. That'd be nice. I'll be appreciating some likes. Likes help the algorithm, you know. I like the channel to grow. I like to have lots of people on here chatting away, enjoying the hobby more and more, because that's why I do it, because I enjoy it. I like people to enjoy yeah, the hobby too. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check it out one day, Mason. Right, so that's all in place. Got that fitted. What's next? And when you're on the first paragraph here, so add the ventilator. Did the locking bars on the back of these fit inside the extensions? Okay, fine. Press the brass bearing cups into axle holes on the soul bar mouldings. So this is our soul bar mouldings, which are actually really nice mouldings. I'll be honest with you on that one. And we'll pop them in. And sometimes on them, I've found that it's a little bit tricky to push them in. So I use my thumb to begin with. That's going to be painful. So we'll use the back of the scalpel handle, and that pops in nicely there. And we do the same for the next one. Again, line that up. Right, that's one side done, and then we do the other side. Nice and easy. What have we got here? If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like button. I would appreciate that. The like button, it's not going to cost you anything apart from a moment of moving the mouse. Even if you dislike it, I think it still promotes the channel. But don't hit dislike, because that upsets my gets my emotions going. I start crying, and you don't want to see that on live. But if you do dislike it, you go for it, pal. Because you ain't stopping me doing videos. Can you do a 009 gauge running session? I would like to say no, because they don't run very well. I've got a little loco I've been working on, which will be on a future video. I'll show you a little picture of it. Not picture. This is the one I've been doing. It's DCC equipped. I've got driver and everything in it. On my Instagram, you would have spotted this. It'll be on one of my coming up videos. It's lovely. I've got all little brass details on it. Even the smoke box door handles. I've got loads of rivet detail on there. It's actually, honestly, a lovely little loco. But it doesn't like my railway layout. So I have to run it on my bits of straight track. But yeah, it's lush, that one. Yeah, check out my Instagram page if none of you are already on it. It's just Neal, and you can see what you think. What do you think of the ESU 50210 Eco's 2.1 controller? I have no idea, Phil. I'll be honest with you, I've not heard of it before. Sorry. But I'm sure there's someone with an opinion on it. OO Gauge Adventures. How's your day been, Neal? It's been good. My girlfriend's come over. She travelled over to see me, which is wonderful. Which means she must still like me, which is always good. And she's currently chilling out downstairs. We've been just doing bits and bobs today. I've been doing bits on some model railway bits. Yeah, it's been good. And how was everyone's day? How was your day? And how was everyone's day going? Do you have a BR Standard 9F? No, I do not. I'd like one day, but they're don't really fit into my kind of grouping because I'm into my Great Western Railway. Right, so that is done. So I've pressed the brass bearings into the axle holes. Drop liquid cement into the hole, help the cup go in. Oh, okay, but we didn't need to do that. Fit the V hangers, which is number 7. What 7 then? Okay, so we're going to put the V hangers underneath. And they go where? Into the middle pocket. So there's a pocket there on the right hand end of each soul bar, but this is the right hand end. Oh, I missed that. Okay, right, so into the middle pockets of the back sole bars and the Dean Churchward DC brake hangers. Okay, DC brake hangers. Either way, we're going to add this little V that's down here. That just came out there, and we have the other one. I could have jumped onto the next sentence then and got all confused. It happens. Like I said, I flew back from Florida, and I'm struggling a little bit with my brain functioning properly. I thought, should I do a live stream or not tonight? Really wasn't sure. Right, so we'll flip this over. We'll put a tiny bit of glue on here. Make it so you can see it as well. And then we'll grab this. Let's make sure the end of it's kind of doesn't have an edge poking out, a bit of flash, not flash, but you know, a burr. And then we pop that on. Oh, which way around? We go this way around. I was failing myself then. It's got a little offset fit there, so then it tucks itself down. I guess they couldn't fit that onto the mold tool unless there's variations of the chassis. But having a look at it, that looks tidy. So we got that V on there. So the V, what's it called? It's the V hanger. We'll do the same on the other side. I'm missing all these things. The pandemic has had a massive effect on the modelling world. I am glad that it has become popular again, and that younger people are not reliant on the digital entertainment. Well, you know, I guess, like, when I was younger, like, the Mega Drive came out and various things, and there's a Nintendo, and you go and enjoy those things as a kid. And because it came like a big novelty. Whereas now it's become the norm. So I can imagine hobbies might become like, oh, I want to do a hobby. I don't want to sit at home playing on my PlayStation all day. That's boring. That's what normal people do. I want to be extra cool and go do Model Race. Just like us. Right, so that's on there. Let's flip it over. Looking tidy. Looking smart. My baby girl finds them fascinating. What was it? Who watches Model Raspberry? I watch Model Raspberry. He does a great job. I see, you got a mixture of Great Western BR standards. Fantastic. I'm getting lost in what you guys are chatting about, but no worries. Let's keep putting this together. So we've done the V hangers on there, and then we need to put the Dean Churchward brake hangers, which is 6. Okay, so they're the end bits. Okay, I think that's this one, but I'm not sure. That looks like it. That's 6. Got the right kind of look to it. But there's only one of them there, so I don't think it's that one. I don't know, it's a little bit confusing, I'll be honest with you. I think it's these two, because there's a pair, and they're on both sides. But it says it's on one end, right? Do you know what? I'm a bit confused. Who knows what's going on? Got one for one side and one for the other side, I guess. One's bigger than the other, by the look of it. So I only need one set, so let's use the one set. So I thought we would have glued this on by now. It doesn't say anything about that. So when do I put the whole set of bits on? Oh well. We'll get there, won't we? I'm sure it will become apparent. On the other ones, the sole bars have gone on quite quickly, and then you add the details afterwards. I feel like that's what I should do. But maybe we need to have a little read. Mason's off. See you later, Mason. Glad to have you in. So if I have a little look through. So it mentions insert the wheel so they run freely. So that comes afterwards. So I need to fit on the 6-digit bits into the pockets on the right end of each sole bar. For both of these parts, 7 and 6, the hangers stand slightly forward. So looking at the picture, 6. That one's got, okay, right. Okay, so on the right hand side, which will be this side and this one, you need to put which way around does it go? So it goes this way round. I've got a little bit of a burring going on here. Let's pop this on here. And then we'll drop this on here. If you haven't already, guys, if you are enjoying watching this, please leave me a like. Thought I'd mention it. I never normally mention it enough. Well, I'm told that anyway. Told I don't say to encourage you guys enough. So that's to the right hand side of that one, and then we'll put it on the right hand side of this one. We'll go and sort this out. That's there. Oh, there's a bit too much glue there. Try and take it off with the brush. There we go. And then we'll just put that up here. And there we are. And that one's on. I recommend building your main assemblies and doing the detail bits after. Less chance of them being fed to the carpet monster. Yes, carpet monster has devoured many of my important elements of building up kits. Right. So I've done everything's asked me. Cement the sole bars into place against the floor ribs. Right. Put this in upside down. I need to make a cradle for one of these, don't I? Just to hold it nicely. So that will come in here. And that will sit here. What I'm going to do is, where the ejector pins are, they're not consistent, so I think they shouldn't be there. So some are sub and some are above the surface. So I'm just trimming them off so then it mounts together properly. You mean there's more train spotting, Rachel? I do enjoy seeing them. I know I don't comment, but I put things on in the background. I do that with a lot of channels actually. I just have a little watch, which is probably what everyone does with me. They have a little watch and then like, oh, no one's commented. But you get loads of people commenting, so you'll be fine. Right, so we put that here. And once it sits here, yeah, I was going to put the glue on when it's there, but it's too wobbly still. Thumbs ups are always good. Yeah, so if you're watching any channel, give them a thumbs up. If you like it and you've literally been drawn to watching it for all that time, you should give them a bit of attention. Say good job, even if it's just that. Right, so that's that one. Just going to make sure it's sitting square. And then we do the other side. Right. And that can sit here. Right, that's on. So I'm just sort of focusing this one quiet there. And then I have to let it dry for a little bit to make sure the wheels run. Just realised this brass bearing isn't sitting in properly. So what I'll do is the edge of cardboard behind the pliers so I don't destroy it. I'll just come in here, push that last little bit in. be good. What we'll do is we'll put the wheels on whilst it's drying. Just so you can just hold it. There we are. Just hold that whilst it's drying. Yeah, check out Rachel's channel, anyone that hasn't seen this. Rachel does some fantastic work going over to kind of various lines and filming day-to-day running of locos. She did have a model railway for some time, didn't you? And it was looking awesome. But yeah, kind of gave that up in the end, which is fair enough. So I'm just holding this whilst it dries and hardens, so to speak. So we'll go from there. If any of you want to, write a comment after the stream and say like the stream or didn't like the stream. It's up to you on that one. Not going to judge. But if you didn't like it, let me know, because I also need to know where I can improve. Maybe you want some loud music on so you can't hear what I have to say. Who knows? Right. Then it says, so cement the sole bars in, insert the wheels and check they run freely. Okay, fine. Cement the brake shoe moldings to the underside of the floor between the floor ribbing, okay, with the brake shoes in line with the wheels on both sides of the wagon. Note that the brake push rods on each side of the wagon lie parallel with each other. See diagram. Okay, I think it shows that in the diagram. So we cut these out before. We just need to get rid of the little bit of extra just here. Thank you, Tris. New model railway room being built. Ah, wonderful. Are you going to show it to us eventually? Alex Totaro. Hello, Alex. I don't know if I said your last name wrong or absolutely mutilated it. Do apologise if I did. Hope we're doing all right. It's great to see some new names in here. Eagle Creek Yard. Hello. Thanks for coming to join us. Right, we're just putting this little kit together, and we're going to put these brake assembly bits in. So they sit either side there, in line with the wheels is what they want. So that's going to sit about here. Just going to clean this off. Right, so what we'll do is we'll touch a bit of glue where I think it's going to go. Oh. Have any of you guys built one of these before, or do you fancy doing one after watching this and seeing some other videos? You can pick them up from most model shops. I got mine from Tony's Trains of Rugby. I enjoyed going there because I have a little walk, but if you've seen my video you would have seen a bit more about that. He didn't ask me to do that. That was of my own doing, just thought I'd say. I liked it, therefore excuse me. Bless me. One more time. There we go. So therefore I wanted to, show everyone, because it's nice to go to places that make you feel good when you're there. And Tony's Trains is like that. And he's got quite a few bits in there that you can go and check out. And that's when I saw these kits. And I saw some very nice kits that I really wanted to get. So I got a couple of them. And I need to build them. There's some 009 carriages, which is wonderful. So that's on there. Phil, I've watched all yours, Chadwick Railways, Ever Junctions, and getting through Dean Park Station keeps me modelling. Excellent. I'm happy to be included on that list of them, unless you're just being kind at the time, because they're much, much bigger channels than this one. I just got a little tiny channel, but I enjoy it all the same. Right, so we're just putting these on, aligning it up. There we are, the brake assembly is on there. We're doing well. So that's on there. We're doing really, really well. Let's carry on. So we've inserted the wheels, we've added the brake shoe mouldings on, and then note that the brake push rods on each side of the wagon lie parallel with each other. Done that. Attached to the DC brake hangers, which are 13. What are they? Let's see what they are. Trying to find the picture of them, you see. 13, where are you? Lucky number 13. So that's on the inside. I'm going to leave them off because they take up a bit of room. Oh, I don't know, can you still fit them on when including these? Because I know there's room for them, but I know when they fit on, you can't always fit the NEM socket. So if I put the NEM sockets on now, I know what I can and can't fit. It doesn't upset me if they're on there or not. Right, so if I just sit this on here, yeah, so it sits on top of those bits there. Makes the block go quite low, but fine. What we do is I'm going to glue them on now because then I've got them on. We'll do both sides. Right. So yeah, I go really quiet when I'm focusing, you see here. Can't always talk. Hello Richard, hope you're doing alright. Galaram Hall, hi. Got a few crew coming in. Hope you guys have been keeping out of trouble. So for those that have just come in, including Richard, I've been knocking this around actually, let that dry. I'm building up a PK Parkside kit, and it's the Great Western Railway. I keep reading it out. Great Western Railway 6-ton goods insulated van, Mika B7X. And it's got a bit more of a unique look to it if you look at the picture of it. It's got these little wires that go up here. I might bend them afterwards when I'm not on camera so I can get them really nice. I don't want to do it on here. So I think I'll save that for later, just so I can focus. So Neal Railway, hello. I'm just building a pub from a laser kit and the replacement parts to make a second one as part of the kits were perforated from laser. That's not good. Does that mean you got some extra spare parts? You know? And then SHGP. We want to do live streams at Rail World, but currently don't have the subscriber account to do them through the YouTube app. I'm looking into using other software to cast them from. Cool. And Martin Betterland, hello. Evening on. So you can do it with 50 subs. Okay, that's cool. That kind of makes it a bit easier. So I'm not going to add in the extra detail on this side, or am I? I've got one more brake bit. I think that the idea was you put a second one on. I guess it makes it look better. So that would then sit in here. We can add it in, I think. I don't think it would stop it going around corners. Let's have a little look. Let's drop this in place. Last time I did a stream, got commented on that the camera kept playing with the autofocus, so I've left it on manual this time, so hopefully it's alright for you, and it's been okay. Joshua, hello, hope you're doing alright. So, oh, it's like a tea bag. I see. Oh well, I think we're alright, Joshua. I can't obviously count for everyone, but you know, I think most people here are doing alright. So There's that one. I just need to add one more of these, which is this one. Is anyone doing anything fun this weekend? Is anyone going to the Worley local meeting? I've got myself some tickets. I'll be rocking on over there. Should be good. Might get a bargain. I'll take a tenner with me, see if I can buy a loco. Don't think that's happening, but it'd be nice to find another project to work on. I almost need to look for bad locos now. Oh, buff is missing. No problem. But they'll probably still charge me a top whack for it though, so that might be the only issue. Right, just gluing in this other little bit here. Right, so we've got both of them, both sides, which is cool. We've got my NEM sockets in there as well, so it's all nice and modern in there. I see, so it changed from 1,000 to 50. That's cool. Kind of gets people into live streaming nice and quickly. So, I've done them. That's 13. And so floor bars. If this gets in the way of the mounting, we choose the company. Okay, fine. At one end of the wagon, the hanger goes between the locating bars nearest. At the opposite end, it goes between the locating bars and furthest from 6. Oh, so you need a long one. Oh, we'll leave it. It's fine how it is. Fit the brake cylinder support, which is number 10. 10. That's this one. And then that's the brake cylinder just here. Normally the brake cylinder mouldings are pretty poor, so it's all going to be painted black. There's always loads of flashing on them, I mean, when I say poor. So yeah, fine. So I think I just need to clean up the back of this. Probably can't see it, but it's a little T-shape, little top hat. And we're going to stick that inside. So that's sitting in there. If you're on a little iPhone, this will be hard to see half of these things that I'm doing, but if you're on a PC, hopefully you can see a reasonable amount. Yeah, so push that on. That's sitting nicely. And then we're going to stick that on where? We're going to stick it in to the edge of it. So we're going to stick it on this side. I'm not sure exactly whereabouts, but I think we'll use... Well, that was way too much glue. But it's on there now. Nothing I can do. So that's that. My brake assemblies, I've not glued them on very well. Let's pop that in there. Sometimes if you put a bit too much glue on, it takes ages to dry. Okay, so that's there. That's the vacuum unit. I see. Have a little read. I think it is a nice community. I find that when I put bits on Facebook, I wait for people like, don't put that on here, it's rubbish. Or like, who do you think you are? You've only put one post up in the group and now you're trying to promote your channel or something. But I try and put little pictures up of what I've been doing. Like my little logo that I've shown before, that you guys have already seen this one. Been putting pictures up. Oh, putting that on. And I know I've been getting quite a few kind of, you know, when it says how many people have seen it, and it'd be like 4,000 people have seen it. You're like, cool, which is kind of cool. And someone's looked to send me pictures. A while ago, I decided to add crew to my Great Western Railway, Andrew Barclay, and add some coal with its name board glued on. Fantastic. Well done. Good, good. Right, so that's on there. The wheels spin. Lovely. Very nice actually on there. So let's have a little quick look through here. We've put the cylinder on, put the assembly under the floor pine. This should go to the side of the wagon that has the DC brake hangers. Okay. I don't know anything more than that. But who's going to know, huh? Who's going to know? Add the brake levers, 9 onto the hangers, 6. So 9. Okay, so we're going to put on the little lever on this side. And over there, here it is. I guess that's a manual brake, hand brake. I always find they have to go at a bit of an angle. It doesn't always work out that nicely. Right, so we'll take this, and you have to kind of like glue it like this at a funny angle, but it seems to be alright by doing that. Hello. My cat's come to say hi. Well, you can't speak English yet, but you know. So there we go. There's so many bits you think, oh, we don't need to fit that, right? But it would look like half a model if you didn't do it. So it's like, fine, we need to put it on. Put a little bit of glue on. So that's that one. Let that dry for a second. Peter Spares have some reasonably priced on these box like kits. Currently browsing on the other screen. This might get expensive. We can do one at a time. Hello, Loey. To Pete. Needs a wire from both sides through that bracket. Oh, that sounds emotional, but I guess I need to do it. I can drop it on at some point, can't I? Right, let's put the other handle on. What I should do is next time I see this kind of stuff is go pay a bit more attention to the real life one and see actually what I'm dealing with there, so I can make it a bit more realistic. Right, that's that one on. How do you find the plastic wheels? They're not plastic wheels, they're metal in the kit. You get metal wheels and brass bearings in the kit. Absolutely wonderful. It's spin for ages. Look at that. This one's spinning. Still spinning. Can't complain there. It's looking great. A little bit fiddly, but no more fiddly than the others. But we're coming together. We just need to put the buffers on, and then the hooks. The hooks always look a bit near, but they'll do. So what we do is we'll continue. So I've done all that stuff. Done that. Cut a piece of plastic rod and fit between the two brake shoe mouldings. Okay, so that'll be 22. So I'm going to put it between the two. I think that's what you said already, didn't you, sir? That was Loey. So we're going to put it between that one and that one. Exactly where does it connect to? It connects to the centre of it. Okay, fine. So this is busy, so it needs to go about that long. So this one's at a funny angle, so right, let's hope. Let's pick a length of about, that's too far. About that far? No. There we go. It is a little bit fiddly. I'm being nice about the kit, aren't I? So I'll pop a bit of glue here. Let's see if we can do this. But the benefit is once you've done it, because if it takes 2 seconds, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? And my stream would have been really short. I need like 3 pairs of hands on this one. This bit hasn't dried yet. Maybe I need to come back and do this one later. There we go. Is that going to stay? Nope. Can't stay still. I was like, yeah, I've done it. No, I haven't. The little rod was laughing at me. He said, you've got no chance like that. Right, let's do it again. Nope. Let's do it again. At an angle. Put that one on there. Go on. Right, let's hold it. Got it on there. Can you see this? Staying on. But it has to go through the bracket from the brake, from the brake cylinder. Yeah, you're probably right actually. What I do is I'll do a magic trick and make it look like it is doing it. I'll cut it so it joins on. Sounds like you've already built one of these before. Right. Let's get this done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip it. Snip it. And we'll glue it on. Though I'll probably end up knocking it off. There we go, and there'll be a bit of glue on there. Let's have it go, huh? Hundreds, he says. That's on. Look at that. Unless someone picks this up and has a look at it, they won't even know how amazing this kit's gone together. Or not. Do I need to stiff off the extra there? I feel like I do. Right. And I'm going to add a tiny bit of extra glue. There, just to make sure it holds. Okay, that's that one. The rod goes to the bottom of the V when upright. Okay, well, it is where it is now, I'm afraid. I'll improve. Hello, Donegal Dad. Hope you're doing alright. Oh, Gage Adventures asks, oh, Neal, have you seen Sam Strain's brake van that he's been working on? Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of cool. I guess keeps him entertained and people watching as well, which is all good fun. You'll have to work faster if you want a full rake done tonight. I'll just get this one half done tonight, actually, Richard. But hey, we'll keep working on it. So that's that on there. Then add the parts from ABS Mouldings. So the 4 roof hatches should be fixed to the roof. So flip that over. This hole's got a bit bunky. We'll just open that up. So what bits? So 24, which is the big tab. Cut off the extra little bits, unless you need them, of course, and then there's a problem. So they go on where? So there's a little hole on there. So it says the 4 roof hatches, 24, should be fixed to the roof. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess That's that. There's 4 little divots to put them on, you see. So if I get this and I pop it on here, we're just going to dry fit it, so that'll be like that, I guess. Cool. Right, let's put a dab of glue on. Let's see how that goes together. It's actually quite an involved van kit. Some of the other ones that I've done are pretty straightforward. Right, so just... There's that one. Next one. I'll come off soon, guys. I'm going to read the story to you in a bit. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'll probably lose most of the people watching. But thanks for everyone hanging around for as long as you did. I'll be reading a Thomas Tank Engine story called Gordon Goes Foreign. I'll do these 4 roof bits and then I'm going to continue this tomorrow. Right, there's the last 2. We'll have a longer session another time, but basically what I'm going to do is I'll probably feature this on one of my update videos or something and show you the rest of the work done, because I've got a bunch of other ones that I also need to do similar type things to. I've got a number that need painting, and it's that pile of shame. Maybe I do a pile of shame video and just get them done on that video. You know, I appreciate you all hanging on and enjoying watching. To truly finish this, I'd need to paint it as well, wouldn't I, for the video? But we'll do that as part of one of my my produced video, so to speak. Which I'd appreciate if you guys, when you see it, you come and watch it and like, comment on it. It's always nice to know how well it's gone down. Right, there we are. Do the last one. So these are the vents that go on top. After this, it talks about the other details that get stuck on. But we're down here. But it's not too much work by the look of it, so I'm going to get them done probably tomorrow, and we go from then. So these vans are built in 1921 and 1923 to carry fresh or chilled meat. Does it say it on here as well? Yeah, so it says, historically these vans were built then, to do exactly what you said. They were cooled through the large end ventilators, which passed air over the ice-held in interior hoppers. These were fed through the roof hatches. Some vans, numbers not yet known, were converted to T-vans in the 1930s, when there was less demand for meat vans. T-vans carried products sensitive to contamination, like tea or confectionery. The zinc lining of the vans helped to keep them clean. The ice hatches, handrails, and end footsteps were removed from some of these vehicles. Most vans survived into nationalisation in 1948, and the last few lasted into the early 1960s. And then it mentions the number of serial samples here. So yeah, but no, this should be good. I'll finish it off, and this, as well as some of the other ones that I've been building, will be featured in a video. But now, on to the most wonderful thing. Hello, Underground Eric. I think it's the first time I've seen you on one of my chats. Hope you're doing alright, sir. We're going to be doing the most fun bit. If you've just tuned in, I'm about to read you a story from Thomas the Tank Engine. These are wonderful books. Obviously, were meant for children, but loved by us adults too. Ah, Rachel, you just become a supporter of the channel. Thank you very much. you'll get to see videos earlier rather than later. Right, story goes, Gordon goes foreign. If you're ready for it, hopefully you enjoy it. You get to see the picture as we go. Lots of people travel to the big station at the end of the line. Engines from other railways sometimes pull their trains. These engines stay the night and go home next day. Gordon was talking one day to one of these. "When I was young and green," he said, "I remember going to London. Do you know that place? The station's called King's Cross." "King's Cross," snorted the engine. "London's Euston. Everyone knows that." "Rubbish," said Duck. "London's Paddington. I know. I worked there." Well, they argued till they went to sleep, and they argued when they woke up, and they were still arguing when the other engine went away. "Stupid thing," said Gordon crossly. "I've no patience." "Stupid yourself," said Duck. "London's Paddington. Paddington, do you hear?" "Stop arguing," James broke in. "You make me tired. You're both agreed about something anyway. What's that?" "Well, London's not Euston," laughed James. "Now shut up." Gordon rolled away, still grumbling. "I'm sure it's King's Cross. I'll go and prove it." And off he went. But that was easier said than done. London lay beyond the big station at the other end of the line. Gordon had to stop there. Another engine then took his train. "If I didn't stop," he thought, "I could go to London." One day he ran right through the station. Another time he tried to start before the fireman could uncouple the coaches. He tried all sorts of tricks, but it was no good. His driver checked him every time. "Oh dear," he thought sadly, "I'll never get there." I know he sounds like Prince Harry at the moment, but it's my impression. One day he pulled the express to the station as usual. His fireman uncoupled the coaches, and he ran on through his sidings to wait till it was time to go home. The coaches waited and waited at the platform, but their engine didn't come. The porter ran across and spoke to Gordon's driver. "The inspector on the platform, he wants to see you." The driver climbed down from his cab and walked over to the station. He came back in a few minutes looking excited. "Hello," said the fireman. "What's happening?" That's my voice for him. The engine for the express turned over when it was coming out of the yard. Oh man, look at that. Poor guy. "They want us to take the train to London. I said we would if the Fat Controller agreed. He telephoned and he said we could do it. How was that?" "Fine," said the fireman. "We'll show them what the Fat Controller's engines can do." "Come on," said Gordon. "Let's go." He rolled quickly over the crossings and backed onto the train. It was only a few minutes before the guard blew his whistle, and Gordon thought it was ages. Well, he did think it was ages. "Come on, come on," he puffed to the coaches. "Come on, come on, come on. We're going to town, we're going to town." The coaches slowly at first, and then faster and faster. Gordon found that London was a long way away. "Never mind," he said. "I like a good long run to stretch my wheels." But all the same, he was glad when London came in sight. The Fat Controller came into the office the next morning, and he looked at the letters on his desk. One had London postmark. "I wonder how Gordon's getting on," he said. The station master knocked and came in, and he looked excited. "Excuse me, sir, have you seen the news?" "Not yet. Why?" "Just look at this, sir." The Fat Controller took the newspaper. "Good gracious me," he said. "There's Gordon. Headlines too. Famous engine at London Station. Police call to control crowds." The Fat Controller read on, absorbed. Gordon returned the next day. The Fat Controller spoke to his driver and fireman. "I see you had a good welcome in London." "We certainly did, sir. We signed autographs till our arms ached, and Gordon had his photograph taken from so many directions at once that he didn't know which way to look." "Good," smiled Fat Controller. "I expect he enjoyed himself. Didn't you, Gordon?" "No, sir, I didn't." "Why ever not?" "London's all wrong," answered Gordon sadly. "They've changed it. It isn't King's Cross anymore. It's St. Pancras." And that's that. Next week or 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing double header, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was fun. Thank you for coming to join me, everyone. It's been a very enjoyable process for me. Put my lid on my glue. I'll put this together. You'll probably see some pictures on Instagram at some point anyway of this wonderful, wonderful kit. And I'll finish it off and I'll include it on a video in the future. Anyway, for any of you that's joined in at the end and wondering if this is story time, it's not. It's just me having fun. At the end of each stream, I read you a story. But check out what I've gone through so far. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber and you fancy seeing more of my videos and don't want to miss out on it. And leave a comment if you really did enjoy it. Anyway, I wish you all a fantastic weekend and that you go and enjoy yourselves. Anyway,